Have you ever struggled with selling your art in your local area? Lots of artists do. And today we're going to talk about some practical solutions that will work for you no matter where you live in the world. Today, here on 5-Minute Mentoring. Have you ever wanted to have someone in your life who you could ask real questions about your art, your business, and even your walk with the Lord? Well, that's exactly what we do every Friday here on 5-Minute Mentoring, where I answer one question from one of my awesome podcast listeners in order to help you start really thriving as the artist you know God created you to be. Well, hey there, my friend. I'm so glad that you're with me on 5-Minute Mentoring today. You know, struggling with selling your work in your local area is a pretty common problem that a lot of artists struggle with. In fact, one of my listeners, Jillian, was struggling with that recently. Here's her question.
Hi, Matt. I am Jillian Chilson from Richmond, Virginia. Thank you so much for your podcast on advertising like a pro. You mentioned to check to see what other local artists are doing to succeed in their business. What does one do when the consistent feedback from local established artists and photographers is no one wants art, and to sustain yourself with classes? Is it possible my local area is not my target market?
Well, hey, thanks for your question, Jillian. Listen, the short answer is yes. For most artists around the world, their local market is probably not the best place to find their ideal client. And I know in a perfect world, we would love for that not to be the case, but it just is. You know, if you live in an extremely rural area or an area that's economically depressed or even an area that doesn't have an art buying culture, then your local area is probably not chock full of your best clients, right? But listen, that does not mean that you have to stay a hobbyist for the rest of your life or give up your dream of being an artist. You know, it just means that you got to think about your business in a different way. So I want to give you 3 things today I think are going to be helpful just as kind of ideas to spur your thoughts in regards to how can I get outside the box of just thinking that my best clients have got to be local. All right. So the first thing is this, you know, selling art in a retail environment, that is right directly to your client, that's not the only way to make money as an artist. In fact, one of the best ways that I started out my art business to augment my sales as I was developing a clientele and getting established here in Asheville was teaching classes. Teaching classes is a great way that just about anybody can do in almost any area of the world. That's a great way to develop a clientele and build income quickly, both in person and nowadays online. All right. So many people in my mentoring program, we're teaching people every week how to start teaching online. And it's a great, great source of income and residual income that you may not have thought about. All right. Number 2, you probably need to research some regional, state, and even national shows that are a good fit for your work and for your clientele. I always tell people, listen, you got to go where the fish are. If you're trying to catch fish, you got to go where the fish are. And so not all the fish are swimming by your house out in Podunk, Iowa, or wherever you might be. You got to go where they are. All right. So do some research of artists that are in your area, shows that are in your region, galleries that are in your region. Go visit those. Take a day or two. Go rent a hotel room. You know, go look around the city. Go find out what's going on in the art scene and ask the Holy Spirit to guide you as you do, and look for places that'll be a good fit that are outside of your immediate local area. All right. Third thing I would just say, and again, this may just go without saying, but selling your work online, guys, is a great, great option. All right. Now, the important thing is you got to remember, you know, you just can't put out your shingle and expect everybody to come. There's a methodology to that. We teach all of that inside the mentoring program in detail, but you got to attract an audience. You got to get their emails. You got to build connection over time. But the beautiful thing is, listen, you can do this anywhere. You can ship your work anywhere. I just got an order from Australia the other day. So you can absolutely make that work no matter where you are in the world. And again, it doesn't require you doing business with folks that are just local. All right. So Jillian and everybody else, don't despair. All right. You just got to get creative with this in order to widen your idea of potential markets for your art. All right. Now, listen, this question is a really perfect setup for a one-day workshop that I'm doing coming up on August 14th called JumpstART. It's actually a live, online, interactive workshop where we're going to be walking through and working through a step-by-step pathway to start or grow your art business, including all the details that you need to be focused on right now, just like this we're talking about with Jillian, in all the practical areas, all right, that tend to be a challenge for people, like finding your clients, your website, pricing. Where is God in the middle of all this? What do I do like right now? We're going to be talking about all of that so you can walk out with a 30-day plan to make sure that you can start or grow your art business in a way that's going to be efficient and successful and not overwhelming. All right. I'd love to have you join us. You can get all the information by clicking the link that's here in the show notes that says JumpstART. You can choose your ticket and you can get immediate access to a bunch of bonuses, as well as a private Facebook group that's going to be there for the workshop. You can actually jump in that right now and start connecting with artists in that process. So, all right. Jillian, thanks for your question. Everybody that's listening, thanks for being on with me today. I love you guys, and I can't wait to be with you again. Remember, until then, you were created to thrive. All right. Bye-bye.